Good afternoon, everyone. We're really, really excited to be here today with Diana, who is a medical science student at DMU University and has very, very kindly offered to be part of one of our interviews for International Women's Day. So thank you so much, Diana, for joining us. So just to start, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself? What do you do now and how did you get there?
So at the moment I'm a medical science student in Leicester. I also volunteer at Childline and work in a children's residential home. So I started by doing my A-levels. I had a really big interest in science, did quite a lot of volunteering as well, just to see what areas of work I'd like to go into in the future. And yeah, I've just been taking part in things just really actively, just so I could sort of see what I'd like to do in the future and what I'd like to pursue.
That sounds brilliant. It sounds like you're really busy with your volunteering with Childline as well. That's fantastic. Have there been any barriers or challenges that you've had to overcome to kind of and how have you managed this?
So I went into care as a teenager. I found that quite challenging, especially because the circumstances I was coming out of. And I found that I was moving quite a lot, different places, and also had to move schools at one point. So I think that had been a bit of a barrier because I had to catch up on a lot of work and still try and perform as well as I wanted to in my exams because it was around sort of GCSE A-level time that I was moving as well. So I just managed to overcome that by just getting my head down, spending most of my life in the library, really. Yeah.
You've obviously did a fantastic job now studying medical science. So yeah, no, that sounds like you worked really, really hard to overcome that. And can you just tell us about sort of a little bit about the work you do with Leicestershire Cares and maybe some of the things that you did in the summer with Leicester City in the community?
Yeah, so Leicestershire Care is the charity that supports care leavers. I've recently been involved in a podcast with another girl that's also a care leaver called Casey, and we've basically been discussing the challenges that we've had growing up in care. We spoke about the barriers and how we've managed to overcome those as well. Leicestershire Cares also runs quite a few sessions like yoga and cooking sessions, so I've been involved in those as well, especially over the pandemic. City football club. I've done a bit of mentoring, so we've been looking at how to be a good mentor to other young people. We've done a bit of mentoring training, and yeah.
International Women's Day coming up, and are there any women that have inspired you?
I think that's a difficult one for me because I felt like growing up I didn't really have I didn't have a role model, a female role model. But I think one person that does come to mind is probably my maths teacher when I was doing my A-levels, because even though I was struggling a lot doing maths, because A-level maths is really hard, she still sort of believed in me and she knew what I was going through at the time because, she was a really good listener. But she always just said, just do your best, you'll be fine. So I think I definitely look up to her as a role model.
Yeah, that's really good, and it just shows like the positive impact that teachers can have. So yeah, that's fantastic to hear. Have you got any advice that you would give to any girls or young women that might have been struggling a bit during the pandemic?
Yeah, I think it's important to get out, just go for a walk. Also, do what makes you happy, because I know for me, although I'm quite medical when it comes to education and stuff, I do play a couple of instruments: piano, flute, guitar, saxophone, and clarinet. So
Oh
even though
wow.
I'm not yeah, even though I'm not doing anything to do with music and education, it's something that keeps me happy. It's something that I find really fun, and it's something that I've always done since I was younger on the side. So just keep doing your hobbies, and yeah.
Oh, that sounds amazing. You'll have to come and give us a concert at Leicester City at one of the games. No, I think that's really, really great advice, and yeah, I would completely agree. You've got to do the things that keep you happy and focus on those.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you. Thinking a little bit about the future, what are your goals and aspirations?
So I'm going on to graduate medicine in September, and I'm hoping to become a doctor, and I'd like to work with children, so I'd like to be a pediatrician. Yeah, so that's my goal, to work with children as a doctor.
That's a brilliant goal. So we definitely wish you luck with that, and can't wait to hear about when you finally achieve that. Thank you so much, Diana, for giving up your time. We really, really appreciate it, and it's been great to hear about your story and how you managed being in care, and how you've now achieved what you wanted to, and all about the kind of role models you've had and all the extra things you do, including music and some of your volunteering. So thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.